Hey, we're back this morning on Daybreak Extra with our movie expert, Jim Hunter, and we're at kind of getting into Oscar season for sure now that we're in the month of November. Yep. But Jim is I mean, a connoisseur of movies. He's proven that time and time again. But this is an important week for you because the Tri-State may feel a little closer to this movie than most. We know there's tons of Queen fans who live here in the Tri-State who grew up with their music. But the person playing Freddie Mercury in this biopic that is coming out this weekend spent some time in Evansville. He's not from Evansville, but he's a University of Evansville grad. Rami Malek is starring as Freddie Mercury in this Queen movie called Bohemian Rhapsody, right, Jim?
Called Bohemian Rhapsody, yes.
So what do you have to say about it?
Rami Malek, born in L.A., came to University of Evansville and graduated in 2003. This film, Bohemian Rhapsody, was reportedly directed by Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer was actually fired halfway through the production of it because of DGA rules. Bryan Singer has to be credited as the director. It co-stars Lucy Boynton, Ben Hardy, and Mike Myers himself, Wayne Campbell, the guy who repopularized the song Bohemian Rhapsody. So he's
in this movie?
Yeah, Mike Myers is in the movie, yeah. And Rami Malek, of course, stars as Freddie Mercury. Live Aid, which was a famine relief concert, and purportedly one of the best concerts in the history of, concerts. That sort of bookends this film. It's kind of the beginning and the end. It sort of starts with it and then goes back.
Kind of comes back full circle.
Right. So, but we get to see all of the important steps of the formation of Queen and the life of Freddie Mercury.
So do you know, does it focus more on Freddie Mercury, or is it all in all a movie about the band?
It tries to be a movie about the band, but it really wants to. That's one of the criticisms that a lot of critics have, is that the film is slightly unfocused. The best parts of this film are Rami Malek. The best parts of this film are Freddie Mercury parts. So that is, according to all the critics, this is a film that sort of goes through some of the motions of previous music movies and formation of band movies, but this is what makes this film transcendent is the Rami Malek's performance.
So basically what critics have said, and kind of what I'm gleaning from you, is this movie may not live up to a lot of the hype that some of the previews have given it, but his performance will, and maybe that's what will be memorable about it.
Yes.
And could have him in the Oscar conversation, you think?
I think definitely in the Golden Globe conversation. Oscar conversation, we're still not totally sure how that race is going to shake out. We've got Timothée Chalamet and Lucas Hedges both coming out with really intense performances in films that are upcoming. Those are getting a lot of awards buzz. So Rami Malek certainly in the running. I know I'm very confident that he will be nominated for a Golden Globe. Whether or not he reaches the Oscar category is a different question. He's in the running, though, and it's very possible that a UE grad becomes an Oscar nominee.
Right, we're rooting for the guy with some local ties. And, of course, if you like Queen's music, I'm sure it's all in this movie. They have the rights to the music, right, obviously?
Yes, they do. And some of the singing is actually Freddie Mercury singing. They kind of were able to overdub some of the original Queen recordings with Rami Malek's performance. So there's a little sound editing in there that means that the people who are Queen traditionalists will get everything that they want out of this film.
Okay, we have two more movies to get to quickly. That one's the huge one coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
We kind of thought this one, though, it's Disney, it's a classic story, would be one that has a lot of praise. But Jim, you're telling us this kind of reimagination of the Nutcracker is not doing so hot with critics, right?
Well, no. Critics are giving the Nutcracker in the Four Realms on Rotten Tomatoes. 27% of those reviews are positive, so that's not a good score. And by contrast, Bohemian Rhapsody had 57%. This is directed by Lasse Hallström and Joe Johnston. It stars Mackenzie Foy, Morgan Freeman, Keira Knightley, and Eugenio Derbez. This is the classic Nutcracker story, but unfortunately the thing that we always were drawn to, the aspect of the Nutcracker that we were always drawn to was the dancing and the ballet. And this is sort of a live-action reimagining of that story without the dancing and the ballet.
It looks a lot like the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderlands in a lot of ways, don't you agree? Okay.
Yeah, I got a little Alice in Wonderland flashbacks while I was watching the trailer. One critic I trust, though, said that this film was absolutely bonkers and he enjoyed every moment of it. So
It's a holiday movie. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people will probably go see it with their kids. Let's talk real quick about this final movie that's coming out in the Tri-State. This one's called Nobody's Fool, and it's a Tyler Perry movie, right?
Right, not to be confused with the 1994 Nobody's Fool starring Paul Newman. This one stars Tiga Sumter, Tiffany Haddish, and Whoopi Goldberg. This is the story of an out-of-control sister. You can guess which person plays the out-of-control sister.
I feel like Tiffany Haddish is in so many movies right now.
She
She's
literally
everywhere.
has 2 movies out right now. She's got
You could probably say
Night
that
School and
a couple months from now.
and this one. Yeah.
Wow. So what are people saying about it real quick, Jim?
No critical consensus on this yet. However, a lot of critics don't necessarily like Tyler Perry movies, but audiences do.
If it's a regular Tyler Perry movie, tons of drama swung to comedy and back and forth, so you kind of know what you're getting out of that. We always know what we're getting out of Jim Hunter. Great movie reviews and also great previews. Jim will talk, I'm sure, about Bohemian Rhapsody and how that turns out next week with his review next Thursday. Ron has your weather up next today.